Welcome everyone to Story Time. My name is Audrey and I'm so excited to share a wonderful story with you today. We are going on an adventure with a very clever and tricky spider named Anansi. This is one of many stories that has been told for a long time in places like Africa and the Caribbean, where families love to gather together and share stories, just like we are doing today. Are you ready? Let's begin. So here we have Anansi. Can we say hi, Anansi? And Anansi is a very big spider. So Anansi has 6 sons, and his first son is called Sea Trouble. And he has the gift of seeing things a long way off. His second son was called Road Builder. And Road Builder, he can build a road anywhere. It doesn't matter if it goes up a mountain, down a mountain, across a river, he can build a road anywhere. The third son was called River Drinker. He can drink an entire river of water. His next son was called Game Skinner. He can catch any animal for food. And another son was called Stone Thrower. He can throw stones so far away. And his last son, he was very soft. He was called Cushion. Can we say hi, Cushion? And they were all very good sons of Anansi. One time, Anansi went a long way from home. He was going so far away, he told his sons, "Let me give you all a hug because I am going so far away and I'll be gone for a very long time." So he hugged all his sons and he went on his long journey, far from home. But guess what? Anansi got lost. He got lost and he fell into trouble. And he was so sad because he knows that he has no idea how to get himself out of this trouble and he had no one there to help him. And he was so sad. But lucky thing, Anansi has 6 sons. And he has a son by the name of Sea Trouble. So back home, Sea Trouble saw that his dad was in danger and he said, he called all his brothers together and he said, "Guess what? Father is in trouble." And he said, "I know he's in trouble. This is what's happening to Father." And he told all his brothers what happened. And they said, "But how will we get there? We don't know how to get to Father." So Sea Trouble said, "I know exactly where he is." So this next son, that's called Road Builder, says, "You know what? Why don't you tell me where that Father is and I will build a road." And so Road Builder listened to what Sea Trouble said and he built a road all the way to their father. Off they went, making a road so they can find their way to their father. And they went so fast, those 6 brothers, they went to help their father, Anansi. "Where is Father now?" asked one of the brothers. "Uh-oh, a fish swallowed him," said Sea Trouble. "Oh no, Anansi's inside a fish. He is so sad again." But they remember Anansi has a son by the name of River Drinker. And the fish is all the way at the bottom of the river. So River Drinker said, "Don't worry, I've got it." And he drank the entire river. And they found the fish that had their father inside. So when they found the fish, there was no more river, and they found the fish, and Game Skinner said, "Oh, I'll get Daddy out of the fish." And he got his father out of the fish. And so they were so happy, they were able to get Anansi out. But guess what? As soon as they got their father out of the fish, there was more trouble. A big falcon came with its large wings, and it was making such a loud sound, caw, caw, and it swooped down and took Anansi up into the sky. "Quick, quick," said stone thrower, "I'll get father." And he got a huge stone and he threw it. And the falcon was so afraid, he dropped Anansi. Now Anansi was so far up, they knew that if no one tried to stop him from hitting the ground, he will be very hurt. So there was only one son that could help Anansi at that time, and that was Cushion. And Cushion, he was the smallest spider, and he ran. He said, "Don't worry, father, I've got you." And he ran and he put himself just on where his father was, and Anansi fell on Cushion, and it was so soft, so he wasn't hurt. And so all his sons were so happy that their father was okay, and they all gave him a big hug, and the brothers were so happy that they were able to work together to save their father. And so they were one big happy spider family, and they went on their way home. As they got home again that night, Anansi found something in the forest. Said Anansi, "What is this? Is that a great globe of light?" It was so big and it had a very bright light. It was as bright as the moon at the nighttime. "Oh, what a mysterious and beautiful light this is," said Anansi. "I shall give this to my son," said Anansi. "I will give it to my son that rescued me." But which son would he give it to? All his sons rescued him. Anansi was thinking about it. He said, "I don't know which son to give it to. All my sons deserve such a prize for rescuing me." So Anansi called to the special god that Ashanti people worship. And he said, "Nyami," called Anansi, "Nyami, can you help me?" And Nyami, he who is the god of all things, heard Anansi calling him. And he said, "Yes, Anansi, what can I help you with?" Anansi said, "Please hold this beautiful globe of light for me until I can decide which son I can give it to." So Nyami said, "Okay, Anansi, I will keep the globe of light for you." That night, Anansi spoke to his sons to decide, who will I give this to? And they tried to decide, but it did not work. All the sons, they were arguing. One son said, oh, it's me, I deserve it. And another son said, "Oh, no, it's me, I deserve it." And all the sons were saying, "Oh, it's me, I should have the globe of light." And Nyami saw this and he said, "I will not give this light to Anansi or his sons because they will be so angry at each other." So Nyami said, "I will keep the light." So the god of all things, Nyami, he took the light, and it was a very beautiful white light, and he put it up into the sky. And that way, all the brothers and Anansi, they're able to see the beautiful white light every night. And he keeps it there for all to see, and it's still there, and it will always be there, and it is even there tonight. And and it is called the moon. So Anansi and his sons, they were very happy that their father was home safe, and he didn't have to choose which son is the best son to give it to because they were all very, very good sons. And Naomi made a choice to put the moon into the sky so all his sons, Anansi's sons, can get to see the beautiful globe of white light. And Anansi was so happy. The end. I hope you friends enjoyed that story, one of the stories of Anansi, and I hope you share it with your friends, and there are so many more stories of Anansi to talk about. Goodbye now.